So a pickup line in Portuguese, my favorite, and I'm gonna cringe so hard doing it. E aí, morena, tudo bom? Chu-cha, cha, chu-cha. And that's what I would do, yeah. Ew, I want to explode right now. I want to disappear. Y'all ugly. Poof. Do you know that meme? Y'all ugly. I basically just said, what's up, brunette? And then I said, chup, 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 which I can't really translate. It's just a vibe. It's a frequency. The one that I can think of that I get a lot and it's cringe as hell is like, oh, I've heard Brazilians, have bigs, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. That whole thing of like doing that with someone's culture and calling it like, oh, you're so exotic. You're like Latino, you're exotic. And I'm like, well, okay. Block. No. I've definitely had experiences where the date's going really good, like we're getting along really well. And then I guess the conversation just happens to come up and I mentioned maybe like an ex and I use the he pronouns and it's like the whole like, you said he? And I'm like, yep. And they're like, oh, you're bi. Oh. And then it's that whole thing of like, you can just feel the vibe change. And it's such a shame because like, I don't know what it is. Do people think that bisexual people like have double the chance to cheat or something? Or like, what is it? I really don't understand that. Because like, speaking for myself, it's really not how it is. Like, either you're loyal or you're not. It doesn't matter if you're bi. It doesn't matter if you're straight or bi or gay. Either that one person is loyal or they're not. In terms of dating apps, I gravitate to, I would say, Tinder and Hinge probably. Sometimes Grindr. You gotta be honest. Like, I wasn't gonna say that, but it's so gross. But yeah, sometimes Grindr too. Yeah, I've definitely felt unsafe on Grindr. I also think these apps need to find a way to make it harder for people under 18 to jump on the apps because I was on the app way too young and put in places where I wasn't safe with like with consent, but I just shouldn't have been on that app anyways. It shouldn't have been that easy for me to fake my age, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I think at the time as well, being that young on that app, you just were exposed to such sometimes like vile and like just dirty messages that come at you out of nowhere, like unwarranted. There's a freaking booty hole like on your screen, like out of nowhere. You're like, what did I sign up for? But can't blame the app all the time, right? Sometimes you need to take accountability for what you're doing on that app and what you're allowing yourself to be exposed to, I guess. You can, set your preferences up to however you want. But sometimes it's hard to get rid of all the creepy crawlers on that app. I was like, oh, I haven't heard from her in a while. Like, let me just see what she's up to. Blocked. And got blocked. And I was like, what? I was like, me? Damn. And then she unblocked me and I saw her looking at my stories. So I was like, okay. I think I personally do that. Like, blocking somebody out of just the pure reason of just I don't want to be reminded of their existence because it hurts too much or because of whatever it is for that person. I think I've definitely done that before where it's like, either like, I just don't want to see your face because I don't like you, or it's more of like I loved you, past tense, so much that seeing your face and seeing what you're doing actually isn't good for me. So I respect that. I respect that. If you need to block, then block. Like, just preserve your mental health, preserve your peace. I think, yeah, that whole concept of the need to come out and like publicly share that you're this sexuality, to me, I personally I don't see the need in that. If it's on your heart and you want to share it, then like go for it. Like, I don't think it should be an expectation. And that was one thing that I had to speak with some of my family members about, like, when I got asked, like, why didn't you tell us you were bi? And I was like, well, it's none of your business. Do you really care about who I'm, making love to? We shouldn't. And so it's like not a big deal. But that's just with me, I guess, right? I don't really care about labels. For me, I think I find more belonging and identity with who I am and who I want to be and like how I grew up. I kind of find more identity in that versus who I'm hooking up with or who I'm dating. I mean, what I'm really liking about this kind of like next generation is that they don't care about labels that much. Well, in New Zealand anyways. America, a different story, I think. But in New Zealand, it's kind of just like, it is what it is, and it's actually not a big deal. You know, if anybody sees you differently, then that's on them, bro. Like, don't let that shit deter you from exploring your sexuality, because you probably will regret it in the long run, you know?